Is the bull market back? That is the question that we're going to talk about today. Let's get straight to it. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing my 0 to 6 figure series. It has been a little while since the last episode, and the last few weeks have been absolutely insane. Let's go and have a look at the portfolio, and you can see that if we just go to the last 1 month, we are like 45% up almost in the last 1 month. It's been absolutely insane, and we're absolutely smashed past that $20,000 mark, which is great to see. We're 1/5 of the way there now. I think yeah, everything in the last just couple of weeks has been pretty crazy, and we talked about this in the last episode actually. So if you want, go and watch episode 15, where we did actually talk about the Cointelegraph news and kind of how potentially people were a little bit offside. But it seems like since then, things, especially with the Bitcoin ETF news, has been really positive. I think at the time, what Bitcoin was, around the $28,000 mark, and it absolutely smashed past that. I mean, if we just take a look at the charts, we were around this kind of area in the start of or middle of October, and basically it's been up only since then. For the last couple of weeks, talking about from the middle of October all the way up, we've literally been up only. And now we're, almost at $40,000, which is pretty insane. You can see some arrows that I've just drawn. I mean, these are basically the ranges that I think we're basically playing in. We were in this range for a good 6-7 months now, and now that we've kind of gone through this range, the question is, are we going to trade all the way up to the top of this range, around the $48,000 mark? Are we going to come back down to the 32s? I think a lot of it depends with what goes on in the macro. We've got a potential Fed interest rate pause. Potentially, rates are going to come down. We've got the ETF news as well. It looks like retail are coming back into crypto. So I think, especially with social metrics going good. So I think generally things are looking a lot better now than it did 1 year ago for sure, and we're kind of seeing that represent in the charts as well. So that's pretty much where we are. We've got a $20,000 portfolio. In terms of allocation, we're 30% stabled up, so that distribution has kind of come down because I think we were a lot more stabled up before. Pretty much most things are the same. I think the only thing that I have added is we've added some more Polygon, and we talked about that before, especially with the new token upgrades. The fact that there's lots of partnerships with Polygon, especially with the ZK. On the ZK side of things, we saw Near Protocol recently announce that they were going to build a layer 2 using the Polygon SDK. They're not the only ones. We saw Kanto not too long ago also do that. So Polygon is really becoming a large player in the ZK space for sure, and I wanted to kind of get some exposure to that, especially with kind of what's going on. So I think tech-wise, they are probably one of the better ZK chains, or have the best ZK tech for now. So I think I wanted to get some exposure to that, and I thought what better way than the Polygon token. The only other new asset that we've added is Gearbox, the Gear token I should say. I'm pretty excited about what they're bringing out with version 3, and so I wanted to get some exposure to that. I actually got very lucky with the timing of this. I bought this maybe just a few days before the kind of altcoin mania phase, and so therefore we're up like 50% on it, which is pretty nice to see. Yeah, I probably will. We won't focus too much on that today. I probably will talk about them in future. I think if you want to learn more about Gearbox and what's coming out with V3, I did actually speak with them on Leviathan, so you can go and check that out. I'll leave a link in the description below. Otherwise, I think generally things are the same. I was particularly caught offside with how much Link pumped. I mean, we're like 120% up on it now, which is absolutely insane for a pretty big large cap. Sad that I don't have more exposure to it, but it is what it is, and I think we'll have to kind of see how that goes over time. The only other thing was that we did have some Ohm that was farming with USDC. I've kind of consolidated all of that into USDC now, and we're using that in various different strategies on Arbitrum, which I'll probably talk about again in future. I've done a video about it already, so by the time you're watching this, you may have watched that already. So that's pretty much where we are in terms of the portfolio. Yeah, I think we've got a lot better distribution now compared to what we were before, but I definitely don't think my portfolio it's not finished for sure. We definitely need to continue building. There are a few kind of areas of crypto that I haven't got exposure to, AI, for example, NFTs, and I think it's still a very DeFi heavy portfolio, and I do need to kind of adjust things as we go along for sure. But I mean, I can't complain. We are in profit. We're like, in total, we are, over $8,000 in profit now, which is great to see. And yeah, a lot of that just coming in the last 1 month, just from the insane rise. Talking about altcoins that have pumped a lot, I mean, in the last episode, let me see if I can find it. I believe, look, I was talking about Solana. Look at the price, $23. And now if we take a look at Solana, let me see if I can find it. It just went absolutely parabolic. We're talking, it went all the way up to the mid 60s, $65, which is insane. And this, brought a question that quite a few of you actually DM'd me and asked me this question, kind of, is the bull market back? Are we back? And so I did actually write this article in my newsletter, Is the Bear Market Over? And I recommend everyone to go and have a read of this, so I'll leave a link in the description below. But I basically just talk about some of the metrics, Bitcoin, total 2, total 3 market cap, some technical analysis, macro stuff, on-chain activity. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I talk about here, so I kind of recommend going and giving that one a read. So that's pretty much where we are right now. I think things are definitely heated up, I should say. Altcoins, no matter which one you pick. I mean, look at Matic, for example, went from 50 cents all the way up to 80 cents. Arbitrum, for example, massively up from 80 cents, where we talked about it in the video, all the way up to $1.20 almost. So I think things are like really, really heating up. The question is, are we going to get some sort of pullback or some sort of a cool-off period? I don't know, but I think if we do get that, I will certainly be allocating a little bit more, as I have been throughout the entire year. And then the other question is, are we going to just continue going up only? Is Bitcoin going to, next month head towards the 40,000 mark? And if it does, these altcoins are going to continue to rip. We're in altcoin season for sure. Like, you name it, every altcoin is pumping. You could literally throw a dart at the top 300 on coin market cap, and pretty much everything will be up. I mean, right now it looks like the 7 day is not too bad, but if you look at the 30-day change, like, these coins are up massively. I think that's a lot of things to think about, but I think at the moment that's where we are right now. I think what I'm going to do, or what I really want to do, is in the next episode kind of talk about how I'm going to use these stablecoins, so these 6,500 USDC in the Arbitrum ecosystem, to kind of accumulate as much ARB as possible. I've got a plan to accumulate over 1,000 ARB, and we'll talk about that in the next episode. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are there any altcoins that you're particularly looking at right now? How is your portfolio doing? And if you have any advice for me as well, of course, I'm happy to listen and take some notes from you guys as well. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back with plenty more content in the near future.